Hello and good morning in Europe. Good evening in United States. This is Ahura on Thursday, February 17. I'm here with you to see what happened yesterday in the market, what's going on right now, and what we should expect from today's financial market. As you see here in the chart, it's a VIX chart, and it's again jumping way above 25. Volatility index or VIX chart is way above 25. You know why? Because just a few minutes ago, we had a news that the Ukrainian military attacked on some parts of its own country, but it is the independent states, which the Russian Duma yesterday accepted that as an independent area or independent country. On LRP or Luhansk, just as the state calls Luhansk, and we saw that we had the news that uh, show what as a Sputnik, yeah, market global market as Sputnik, just like just Sputnik, that the Sputnik news shared this, that Ukrainian firing of mortars and grenades on the Luhansk People's Republic, which calls LPR, Luhansk People Republic. Yeah, this news increased the market risk again, as you see here in the chart. This is the market risk increasing. So the risk of the war is increasing, and it means that the US dollar also increased sharply. At the same time, the gold, we can see the changes in the chart, and the oil market as well. So the market risk is increasing, and everything is about the market risk right now. While we had the last night, the Federal Reserve meeting minutes, and it was also very, very, very important, as we know. So for now, if the war if the war concerns increase there, and if we see any reaction from the Russian or the Russian militaries in Ukraine, which they call just like as they attack, they active their activities under LPR or Luhansk People Republic military or others. They are mostly the Russian militaries, or they are dependent on Russian militaries. If we see any reaction from those sides, it can increase the tensions, and it can increase the volatility index higher, US dollar index higher, gold can be raised, and oil and gas prices will continue to increase above 4.70, as it is expected, and it's on way, it's in its way to raise up. These tensions put the stock market under pressure. We can see the U.S. futures market fell sharply right after the first outcome of the news. Same thing we can see here in the Nasdaq and SP 500, SP US 30. Now the Dow Jones. So the Dow Jones, Nasdaq, and SP 500, all of them, they had a negative reaction to this. But anyway, let's go to see on the last night's Federal Reserve meeting minutes, or yesterday's, or in the US, we can say the yesterday's meeting minutes, and the economic data that we had yesterday on the economic. Let's go first with the economic data. On the economic front, we had the manufacturing and industrial production numbers. They were both better than expected, but anyway, it was the retail sales numbers that got all our attentions. We had yesterday. Yesterday we saw that the U.S. retail sales in January jumped after December's ease, and it was very good news for the market, because this it means that the economy is improving. In the core retail sales in a monthly base in January increased 3.3%. They above 0.8% of market expectations, almost 4%, four times more than market expectations, and way above minus 2.8% of December. Retail sales also increased by 3.8%, just like almost twice more than 2% of market expectations. That means that the economy is improving. But however, it was not good enough to increase the US dollar yesterday. As you see here, after the news yesterday, we didn't see that much support for the. Actually, we saw that much support, but I mean, that support was the. We had a support and a decrease before this news. We had a support and decrease in the. Sorry. We didn't have this US dollar. I'm not the stock market. I'm just talking about the I will tell the US 500 right after that about the US dollar. This news couldn't support the US dollar as we see yesterday here. The US dollar got support that we were expecting that the good news, that the positive news will support, will help US dollar index to increase above 96 again. But this that news was not good enough to to help it. But but on the other hand, in the stock market, the news was good for the stock market because the market got okay. You know what? It's a good news for the stock market. As the market is increasing and retail sales, industrial projections, manufacturing projections, they are all good. So we can be much more positive about the future of the stock market. Actually, the news that right now we had also, it is not that bad. Even if the war happened, the short time war happened when the tensions are increasing in the Russian territory with the Ukrainian, right, between the Russian and Ukrainian. I don't think that it can affect that much in the U.S. stock markets. It will increase the U.S. dollar demand. It will increase the oil price and the gold price, but it is not that much sensitive or effective on the U.S. stock market. Let's wait and see what's going to happen for that. Last night, as I told, we had the Federal Reserve meeting minutes, and as you can see here in the chart, markets almost they kind of ignored it. Actually, we have a positive reaction from data. We can say that yeah, right. Well, after actually, this positive reaction was before a meeting minutes published. Meeting minutes published here, and market ignored to give any to have any reaction because we didn't have any surprise already in the market. The only I can say about this Federal Reserve balance sheet, we had a surprise almost there. Not a surprise, a good some important news there. Then that meeting minutes shows that the Federal Reserve, if they start, when they start, not if, when they start actually, because they will do that. When they start balancing the Fed balance sheet, they will start with the mortgage-based bonds because this was what we saw in the most Fed members, FOMC members. They were talking about starting rebalancing with that, with the selling the mortgage-based securities. At the same time, we had a stability concern, stability warning that the market stabilities will be will be on. I mean, the risk of actually, let's say in this way, the most important risk for the market stability or financial stability will be will be just from increasing the asset price, especially price increase in cryptocurrencies. This is cryptocurrencies assets or cryptocurrencies generally. This is that was the most kind of the warning or the concern of the Federal Reserve to say at this time. This is the overall market situation right now. I mean, I cannot say anything because, as I told, the Federal Reserve Fed meeting minutes had nothing special to talk about. I mean, it was not. We didn't have any surprise in the meeting minutes. But right now everything is about the news about the Ukrainian and Russia. We have to wait and see. Today we have very important data as well. We have employment data in the United States in economic calendar. We have housing starts numbers in the United States. This in Europe we don't have that much news, but we have a 1 week repo rates or interest rates in Turkey that in Europe that some European traders they may be interested in that. That's the most important news of this week today, and also we have 4 week, 8 week, and 30 years bonds sales or auction today as well. So 4 week bill auction, 8 week bill auction, and 30 years treasury bonds auction we will have today, and we have to follow them. That's the most important data that we have for today and the market situation. So the market will be very affected to the will react so faster and more sharply to the news that what's going on between the Russia and the Ukrainian. We have to follow that news. It is the most news that can the most important news that can move the markets for now, at least for the short term, and we have to follow that. So That's why when it's an emergency situation, I cannot predict what's going on in the market. This is the situation in the market. About the cryptocurrencies, what I can say here, let's go to the cryptocurrencies market. Bitcoin still has the same situation of previous days, so nothing changed. Same as Ethereum and same as Ripples. We don't have a changes in their chart, so it's not interesting to go through all this way and say all the same numbers and things. Same thing didn't change for the Euro USD, GBP as yesterday we talked about, and SP 500 and other stocks still in a side movement with the volatility here, and then slowly to start increasing from the market's expectations. For now, it's a side movement with the down for today. With the risk of that day, we can say with downtrend tendency for today. This overall market situation. Hope it was useful for you guys. And if you have any comments, please let me know. Oops, here. If you have any comments, please let me know. Any idea, please let me know in the comments. Write me there. I will be back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for your support, like, and the comments. See you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.